You use them, I use them, we all use them. But what if you found out your car was illegal? Let's take it back. The year is 1970. People are thriving, businesses booming, and cars are everywhere. Yet one company is alone among the rest.
Volkswagen is the best business the company has ever had, selling almost 575,000 cars, with their signature car of the time, the Volkswagen Beetle. With a global presence that trumps the Ford Model T, Volkswagen advertised a car that was a thinking person's car, with reliable and efficient products going against the current large, fuel-consuming cars from Ford and other brands.
However, their popularity wasn't just from this. People loved the sense of going against normalcy with a small yet extremely fuel-efficient car, which was used in the many counterculture movements at the time. But how could all of this exist with no downsides? It didn't. Let us show you. All car brands are required to balance trade-offs when creating their vehicles. One of the biggest trade-offs, especially for diesel vehicles, is the balance between fuel efficiency and pollution.
In order to be more fuel efficient, these cars must sacrifice polluting more exhaust into the environment in the form of nitrous oxide. The less fuel used, the more pollution emitted into the air. Pretty soon, people saw cars with more and more pollution into the environment from cars, factories, and other fuel-consuming resources, and it became clear something had to be done. April 22nd, 1970, the first Earth Day. People everywhere celebrated a new movement to help clean the earth and better the environment. Countries began movements to better society, reducing pollution, trash, and other harm to the environment.
Later that same year, the U.S. founded the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, to regulate and control emissions and pollutions throughout the country, with a quick following of Europe and other parts of the world.
In the car industry, regulations were quick to limit exhaust and pollution emitted, and cars were to be tested before public use. Companies came up with various ways to limit the emissions of their diesel vehicles, and companies used, in addition to other systems, a catalytic converter. This used combustion reactions to turn harmful gases into carbon dioxide and good old H2O. Any other chemicals are then collected in filtration and circulation units so they aren't emitted into the air.
Volkswagen had a very interesting approach to the issue. In 2005, they licensed BlueTech, one of many different exhaust treatment systems from Mercedes-Benz to limit the emissions from their diesel cars. However, they soon decided that it was too bulky and expensive for their cars and canceled the licensing in 2007 so they could make their own lean nitrous oxide trap system instead.
This system, however, proved to be ineffective unless the engine was generating fuel-rich exhaust gas, meaning they would be sacrificing way more fuel than they previously wanted. So, in order to be fuel efficient, they made an illegal compromise. They fitted cars with defeat devices.
This would tell the engine to put more fuel into the exhaust gas when the vehicle detected it was being tested for emissions, but then operate more fuel efficiently and emit more when it was used on the road.
The plan was perfect, and for a while it worked. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end.
In 2013, a small group of researchers in West Virginia were commissioned to test the emissions of diesel cars on the road rather than in traditional testing environments.
Unfortunately for Volkswagen, this exposed the true nature of their exhaust system, and in the published research article 1 year later, it was described that their cars produced 40 times the legal amount of nitrous oxide emissions.
When the EPA asked Volkswagen about this discrepancy, the company could have their secrets no more. The jig was up. Volkswagen, after confirming the allegations, was forced to open all information surrounding its defeat devices to the public in a series of massive lawsuits.
It took until January 2017 for it to finally end. Volkswagen pleaded guilty and was forced to pay out, in total, a whopping $33.8 billion, from simply settling legal charges to fines to rigging diesel-powered vehicles to cheat on government emissions tests. In the following few days, their stock value dropped by 37%.
Despite this, today Volkswagen remains the top automobile company in Europe with booming business. Volkswagen might still thrive, but their legacy is tainted forever.